Hey, how's it going, fam? Can everybody see me? Hey, Tommy Bites, Tamika, Eugenia, Cynthia, Ibarra. Let me move this over a little bit so I can kind of look at you guys. TMCD Green, how you doing this evening? Monique Butler. I guess Lead Farmer just came off live. How y'all doing this evening? Can everybody see me? I can't tell whether it's on right now. Somebody give me a thumbs up or we can see you. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and just assume that everybody is on. I just want to, oh, hi. Oh, okay. He's saying hi, Gigi. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Oh, hey, Pamela Messenger. Okay. Hello, Pegi and Don. Oh, World of Apollonia is on there. Okay, so you can see me. Good evening, fam. That's Tyrone Harrison. How you doing, fam? Peggy's a little bit under the weather. She didn't get much sleep for various reasons, so she is sitting this one out. But every once in a while, hey, how you doing, Tamisha? Every once in a while, I come across something I just want to chit chat with you guys about. So there's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about tonight, but let's go ahead and get everybody welcomed in first. Hey, Tanisha. Hello, Carolyn, Raw Believer, Karen Brown. Hi from Atlanta. Yo, Atlanta was pretty cold. Usually I think Georgia would be one of the warm areas, but Atlanta was pretty cold last time I checked. Yarn Prepper, hello. Okay, how you doing? Felicia says, hello, Don. How you doing, Felicia? Thank you, TMCD Green. I hope, yeah, Peggy's feeling all right. Like I said, it's mostly just lack of sleep, being tired, that kind of stuff. Hey, how's it going, Scott? What's going on? Laura R. from Minnesota. I know Minnesota's got to be cold. Tyrone Harrison, hi from Orlando. Probably not as cold in Orlando. But yeah, straight up no chaser. What a name. Hello, everyone. Delaware is in the house. Delaware is in the house, y'all, in case y'all wonder. Snowed in here in Indiana, says Dawn. Yeah, we're basically snowed in. I am very disappointed in the road clearing skills of our local government officials because Peggy and I did a little trying to go out and see what things look like, and it was not a good situation. Hello, Kim. How you doing? Stay safe and healthy, fam. We're going to talk about that. That's exactly what we want to talk about. Hello from Michigan, says Tamisha. Tyrone, Houston here. Oh, Warren Puckett in Houston. Well, you're online, so you have some form of power, but that's something I wanted to talk about too. One woman, one man. How you doing this evening? 63 in sunny Lemoore, California. Well, not everybody's able. Oh, Tiffany McMillan is reminding everybody to hit that like button. Thank you very much, Tiffany. You know, Peggy's usually here to remind everybody to hit that like button. You know, we can depend on Tommy Bites and World of Apollonia, but sometimes I forget. But hey, guys, go ahead and hit that like button. Our snow is melting in Portland, Oregon. That's a good thing. Good thing. Let's see. Well suited for snowstorms with generator and my food preps. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about this evening. Let's see. Hi from Alaska, where it's warmer than the South. How often does that happen? How often can you say Texas is colder than Alaska right now? Hey from cold and snowy Chicago. Kathy Hall says, I hit the like button like 2 hours ago. Oh, it's buffering? Well, I hope everybody's able to see me. That might explain why I couldn't tell why I could see anybody at the beginning. Mega doses of vitamin C, B12, or complex if feeling tired. We'll take that into account. Thanks for that piece of information. Just to name a few, she says. What's Kathy M say? It was 50 degrees in New York today in February. I'm guessing that's warm. Gigi said we had surprise snow. Laura said we are finally above zero, so that's something. Oh my goodness. Look at Long Beach, California. Tamisha say, feel better, Peggy. I really appreciate that. She, like I said, she's feeling all right. She's just mostly tired. Bonita from Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, 12 degrees, first day above zero in a week. We've been like snowed in. We had all kind of ideas of what we want to do this week. You know, I was going to take Peggy out to the woods. We was going to do a little camp site, do a little fire. How you doing, Monique? But it has not let up. Today was the first time we didn't get snow, and when we start clearing the snow, and now they tell us we're getting more snow tomorrow. Yeah. There you go. Slow mo is basically just it keeps the chat so I can see the chat before they disappear. That's what slow mode is all about. But we got above zero and 18 inches of snow. Great goodness. We got about 8 or 9 inches of snow. I'm from South Carolina, y'all. I'm not used to snow. I remember growing up watching like movies and stuff where a little kid goes around and says, hey, mister, I was shoveling your walk for $5. I was out shoveling our driveway. I would have gladly paid somebody $25 to clear our driveway. I guess kids don't do that stuff anymore. I guess that was just TV from the old days. 3 degrees. Wow. Let's see. What was that at? Oh, I missed it. See, that's why we need slow chat, y'all. There we go. Sally Jane says 3 degrees here in Iowa. Yeah, we got grandkids in Iowa. Yeah, family in Salem, Oregon has been without power since Friday. Just came back on an hour ago. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen stuff like this, where it says the Austin, Texas power company says power is not coming on today, and it might be out for a bit longer. And then you read stuff like frigid, icy weather all across the entire United States, including millions in Texas, are in the dark. I bet you right now, everybody, almost all the preppers on here has got some sort of story about telling somebody to make preps for just in case, and them looking at you like you were crazy. Let's take a couple minutes to see if somebody can share a story, and then we're going to get into what I wanted to talk about tonight. So I'm pretty sure, like I said, try to keep it short or something, but has anybody on here talked to somebody about the importance of prepping and they looked at you like you were crazy, like you were nuts? I know I've talked to many people myself. Like I said, some people I grew up with, and they was like, oh man, he's done fallen off into the conspiracy, or he's done fallen off into the old nutcase idea. Yeah, it was, oh man. We have had cold rain in Columbus, South Carolina for 5 days. Now we'll have today and tomorrow with no rain. Well, that's good. Karen Brown said, yes, it's happened to her about I'm guessing that's about telling people to be prepared and stuff like that. So, like, how do you feel when that kind of stuff happens? Like, well, this is what's on my mind. Growing up with that, there you go. I'm not even prepped, but I understand that people still look at me crazy. Yes, my family thinks I wear a tinfoil hat because I prep. Well, Apollona says my husband. Spoke to my mom about it a lot, in one ear and out the other. I'm in Texas, haven't had power in 2 days, but I will tell you my husband's glad that I planned ahead last year and bought a lot of water, canned goods, and basic essentials. I think he thought I was crazy. Yep. My whole family, Tiffany's my whole family, hasn't become getting a generator. I'm telling you right now, if you had a generator in Texas, you are a superstar. You are a person that everybody is looking to right now. A little crazy at first, but it's way better to be safe than sorry. And that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I would love to get to everybody's comment. Thank you very much, Carolyn. I would love to get to everybody's stories about what it was like when you try to tell somebody about prepping, but I want to talk about my feelings when this stuff happens. Like, somebody tells somebody and they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, well, okay, well, when something happens, don't come crying to me. We've talked about that kind of thing all the time. But today, when I was reading this story, all I could think about was all I had was a lot of sadness and a lot of worry about the people who were not prepped. A lot of people have kids. A lot of people have young family members or older family members who depend on them, and they could be in -2 with no heat tonight. That stuff really, really gets to me, and I'm like, I don't wish that on anybody. So as upset or as insulted as I was when people look at me like I'm crazy, I still don't wish that. I wish everybody would take the kind of precaution, but this is the exact reason why we prep. Case, my family is very glad of my newly found prepping hobby. Definitely looking forward to more prepping after this is all over in Texas. I'm telling you right now, if you got it, like I said, if you're prepared in Texas, you've got to be feeling really good right now. And I would like for everybody to keep the people who are not prepared in any place that's got experiencing power outages, can't get enough heat, can't get enough food, or whatever the reason is. Yeah, most of us here are preppers and stuff like that, but we do not wish bad. I hope we don't wish bad on anybody. Known to prep for cold. Wish I would have known to prep for cold in South Texas. That's exactly right. Here's the thing. I said this a while back. Like we don't prep for the most likely. We also got to prep. We don't just prep for the most likely. We have to also prep for the possible and the unlikely. And that was definitely what you consider unlikely. This is like the coldest it's been, the worst winter storm in Texas history, or at least several of the cities in Texas. What did Sherry Cole say? Our neighbors buy boats and takes cruises. Then they say they're coming to our house. Ugh. What I know. So how y'all feeling about this stuff? It's like I said. When I was telling them and they looked at me like I was crazy, I was like, I wish something happened for you to see, but I really don't. We don't wish bad on anybody. How you doing, MJ? You are not alone. One, how you doing? I know a lot of folks that don't have power. So sad. Thank you very much, Sylvia. Make it make sense. Yeah. I'm retired, limited income. What's a cheapest alternative heat source for a all electric house? Okay, so heat sources, non-electric heat sources, really much. You got stuff like sterno. You have wood fireplaces and stuff like that. Please do not run a generator in your garage. If you are in a power outage right now, and somebody tell you you'll be fine placing your generator in a garage and just leaving a crack in the generator, please do not do that. Carbon monoxide takes the path of least resistance, and when there's wind and cold outside and there's warmth inside, carbon monoxide seeps into the house, and people have been dying every year for that. So I'm glad somebody mentioned the generator. But sources of heat, sterno, candles, it's mostly about conserving heat. You want to, if you have any kind of source of heat, try to move it into a small room, enclose the room. Like if you can get everybody into one bedroom, put people on the floor if you have to, sleeping bags and air mattresses and stuff. And if you have any heat, set that in the center of the room, and somebody is in charge of maintaining that heat source. Whatever it is, 3 or 4 sternos. There's like clay pot stuff like that. And I can't really talk about the veracity of those things, but stuff like that. Heated, we call those little. Me and Peggy has a bunch of body heaters and hand warmers and stuff like that. They only work for a little while, but any kind of heat, as long as you can get everybody into one room in an enclosed space and try to heat that up, I think that's the best way to go. Yeah. Where's I don't know what the welcome bell is. Propane wall heaters. Yes, all those are great ideas and stuff. Hand warmers, just like I just mentioned. Hurricane lamps give off heat. Also, a tent inside of a small room keeps you warm. A lot of people like to do the tent thing. If you got like small kids and you got a very small tent where everybody can't fit in, at least get the kids in there and get them huddled together. And the adults can use a big blanket to wrap themselves up together. Share body heat. Our bodies are constantly pushing out heat, and we can use that to keep each other warm. That power company in Texas is a private company, not government owned. Well, that's something that should be looked at, I'm guessing. Yep. Native Prepper said the exact same thing by keeping them in a tent. The only few people I tell the prep I could not turn them away, but it sucks that they're not concerned. Exactly. Sleeping bags. especially sleeping bags for two, that kind of stuff. When you're talking about having no power, no electricity, no heat, or anything like that, no wood burning fireplace. Ideally, a wood burning fireplace would be a spot. If you can, and if you do go to the living room, try to make sure you close off that living room. Peg was just telling me a story about how her mother used to hang heavy blankets up in the living room when they had a power outage, and they would have the heat there, and that would just keep the heat in. Yeah. But here's the thing, though. You got to prep if you got a fireplace. Are you collecting wood? Because, like I said, some people with wood fireplaces might not be expecting any kind of cold weather or extreme weather like this. So it's always a reason to prep. Bradford Homestead. Are you in Texas, Bradford Homestead? Texas is a mess. About 80 different companies who don't have it together. Wind turbines and no ability to immediately convert back over in case of an emergency. All for that government dime. Yes, I remember the government incentives to try to convert over to clean energy. You have to have a backup and then a backup to the backup. And they did not do that. So I expect a lot of people to be answering for what's going on, and not just Texas. Oh, what's going on? Somebody said they're out there stealing the wood. Yep. But yeah, please don't use a kerosene heater in a small room. And do not use one in a small room. Make sure you have a battery operated carbon monoxide detector. Extremely good information. Thank you very much for that, Connie. Yes. Safety first. You need to face it. Safety first. But like I said, I want to reiterate this. If you do have a generator and you're running a generator, please do not put one so close to your house. Make sure the exhaust is facing away. Do not put it in your garage. No matter how many people tell you that you'll be fine, do not do that. The coal was froze to the ground. Wind turbines, they wouldn't invest in the ice-free propellers or the backup. See, how are you going to have to not do the good investment? Yeah. So, like I said, that's what's on my mind today, and like it's something that we all have to take into account, who we're gonna help, how much we're willing to help, and that kind of stuff. Some things don't cost you a thing. If you have space in your home, I'm hopeful that if you're in Texas right now or some of these other places with heat and family members come by, it doesn't cost you anything to allow them in the home. They're not using any additional heat or anything like that. So those kind of things. Now, I understand we're talking about like food preps and food shortages. It's something altogether different, but I am just hopeful that people are doing what they can to take care of each other, especially if it doesn't take away from their responsibility of taking care of their family. Native Prepper says, I'm in Wisconsin. I keep telling my daughter in Louisiana to prep. She wasn't prepared. Power on, though. Hopefully she learns from this. I am guessing that a lot of people are going to become preppers after this, but this is always a short-term thing. We had Hurricane Hugo in South Carolina. I can't even tell you how many years ago that was. Probably like 30 years ago. But right after that, you couldn't find a generator anywhere, and everybody had water pumps, and everybody had little portable toilets and stuff like that. But then 6 months later, that stuff was gone. Yep. Hopefully nobody had to run out for anything. Guys, if you've been listening, you don't run out for anything like that. I prep food security measure, and more. It is a great feeling. Like I said, Peggy and I have been stuck in the house for 4 or 5 days now. Tried to get out a little bit today. Roads were not safe. Came right back home. But we didn't have a need to go anywhere. We were just trying to get out, trying to ride around and do something. So it was good that we have the kind of prep that we have. And I wish everybody had that. Yeah, Kayla said, my neighborhood still has power, and we all have family staying with us. Texas is strong, and we will stick together. That's what thank you very much. I don't even want to hide that one, put that bucket again, because that's what I was hoping to hear about, because I was feeling a little worried today. I've always felt concerned. I'm nowhere near Texas. I still feel concerned for fellow Americans, my fellow man anywhere around the world. And when I see stuff like this, I started imagining kids cold, freezing, like, mommy, daddy, do something. That would tear my heart apart. That kind of thing. Lula says, I lived in Charleston, South Carolina when Hugo hit. Wasn't that something? We was like, okay, yeah, hurricanes hit Florida, maybe Georgia, but we safe in South Carolina. I'm telling you now, we were getting flooding all the way in towards the middle, towards Columbia, South Carolina. So I know it must be bad for you in Charleston, South Carolina. Grace Jackson says, thank you all because you helped me to be prepared here in Houston, Texas. Well, Grace, you're welcome. We can't take all the credit for it. You're the one who had to make the decision that it was important for you to take care of your family. Tiffany got a very important point. Pray for the homeless. Pray for the homeless. I was outside, like I said, I was outside like 5-6 days ago when it was -2 for like 5 minutes, just taking trash out and looking around, and that was something. I can't imagine being out there stuck for a long period of time. What'd you say, Sheshy Lady? Peg would get mad at me if I didn't say hi to Sheshy Lady. My niece and her husband just moved to San Antonio from Riverside, California last month. There was a big exodus from California to Texas, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Californians were not prepared for a extremely cold a winter snap like this. Yeah. Lulu said it was, yeah, you're talking about Hurricane Hugo. We were ground zero, and it was a very scary time. Wow, it got all the way up to North Carolina? Okay. See, like I said, 32 years ago, I was only like years old, right? So I didn't really understand the full impact on it, but yes, people still talking about Hugo. Yeah. Wow, they said the power was out for 2 weeks. I am praying, I am hoping that the power does not stay out that long. People need the power, but people also need to prep. Yeah. It flooded something crazy in Charleston. Yeah. They didn't want regulation, but took subsidiaries for everything. Subsidies. That's what you're talking about, subsidies. Yeah. There's right now, people are starting to realize that we can't place too much dependence on government facilities, utilities, and stuff like that. I am not a conspiracy theorist. I am not a doomsday predictor or anything like that. But so many things that we just don't expect to happen that's never happened before. We're talking about the current pandemic. We're talking about a winter storm, a once in a generation winter storm in Texas. I'm saying generation, but it might be the coldest day ever. Who knows what? We might have a bad hurricane year or something like that. There are so many reasons why everybody should be prepping, taking some kind of precautions to make sure their family is taken care of. And that should not be just paying your power bill and your electric bill and your gas bill and buying groceries for the week. Carla said it took her an hour and a half to get to work. So you had to go to work. Yeah, I would pick it up, drove out there for a little while, and we were not going to stay out there very long. The Don is the best. Up a tent in a room and throw in bedding. It'll be warm enough to sleep in. Good luck to everybody. That is exactly right. Like I said, if you can get to the smallest room, get the smallest room where everybody can be in and get the bodies closer together, try to close that room off. The body heat will stay in. And like I said, it won't be like the 73 degrees you're used to, but it'll probably be around 60. You can warm a room up to like 55 to 60 degrees with just body heat. And when it's 0 degrees outside, that is a huge, huge difference. Yep. Let's see what we got here. It says, these once in a 100-year events, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, snowstorms are becoming 10-year events and will eventually be yearly events. Please prepare. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Keisharon. That does appear to be the case. There's always something. And we're constantly saying, man, this is the first time this ever happened. I was in Iraq when it snowed for the first time in 74 years. Yeah. People are saying you might please prep for your, there you go. If you are a person of faith, that's a good point. You good, fam. Time Bites grew up. Lola said she grew up in Columbia, South Carolina. So did I, Eau Claire High School. Place towels at the base of the door. That's what I was trying to say. You got to try to find a way to seal off the room as best as possible. Like I said, Peggy's mother used to put big, heavy blankets and nail them to the wall. We ain't worrying about holes in the wall or the ceiling. We try to make sure we stay warm. Light a candle. It will heat up a small room or the inside your car if stranded. That's true. Make sure though you try to allow that smoke to go somewhere. I was in Tennessee, Pamela. We said we had a bad ice storm here back in the 80s. There were so many people in my house. We had to open doors and windows. Being together was such a joy in bad times. You know what though? Like I said, we used to have power outages and stuff like that. And growing up, and we call it like a slumber party kind of thing, where everybody slept on the floor in the living room. And now the kids don't really understand, but I know my parents had to be so worried. We got Dreer and AC Floor in the house. AC Floor High School. These are all high schools from Columbia, South Carolina. Well, that's Columbia, South Carolina area. I don't like them. No, I do like them. Heavy duty plastic over the windows makes a huge difference. See, I was thinking about the doors. I wasn't thinking about the windows. So if you got some like hefty trash bags or something and you're in that situation, go ahead and try to seal off the room. Yep. Do not be mad at your house. Don't be mad at your spouse at that time, because we need the body heat. You got to cuddle. Peggy always tells people the story about we was having a fight in Germany a while back, and she was mad at me, and I was like sleeping on the floor or sleeping on the couch. It's the last time I ever did that. And then one day after like the second or third night, I said, you know what? Nope. I got in that bed and we just cuddled up. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm cuddling with my wife. And we just laughed, and that was the end of the fight. Connie said we should use painter's tape instead of duct tape. It won't leave a sticky residue. If you got painter's tape, of course. Duct tape might be strong, but it will leave you some kind of staining and stuff like that. So, but you use what you got to use. Those emergency blankets, those very thin, I think it's what they call it, Mylar emergency blankets. Hopefully all y'all got at least 3 or 4 of them by now. Mylar, if you can tape that up around the window, that is a great insulator. See, VW, I'm like, okay, VW, like Volkswagen or something. So they cover their windows every year in Cleveland during the winter time. Now, a lot of people are very, very used to winter storms and stuff like that. So people who live in Cleveland know, okay, we got to prep, we got to be ready for it. Bubble wrap on the windows. Spray water on the window and to hold the bubble wrap on the window. Look how much we're learning, y'all. Look how much this community is sharing with each other. I'm going to remember this stuff. Oh, I know CJ's like, that's what I said. I see you, CJ. Bubble wrap for windows is the easiest. This polar vortex storm has hit a lot of states. A lot of people are in a bad spot this evening, y'all. And like we said early on, we just want to make sure we send out our prayers for them. Hopefully people who have the ability to help are willing to help. It's not just the ability, but it's also have to have the willingness to help too. Yep. Like I said, you can't be depending on others. You can't depend on like your government officials, your elected officials, stuff like that. It's good that we have them and they're doing something right now, but we have to start thinking like maybe we might need to take care of ourselves. And that's what people are finding out. Let me go. I lost one of my lights over here on the left. I was looking pretty in there. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Well, dang, the last time this happened in Texas was 111 years ago. And it might happen again 10 years, 5 years, or 2 years from now. Who knows? That's why we prep. I promise you right now, if we decide to just sit down together as a group and make a list of why we should prep, we could make a list a half a mile long. We do not know. It will hit again, they say. Yep. Time by said my grand aunt used aluminum foil on windows. I never knew why. Now I see. Yeah. When people start talking about aluminum foil, they start thinking conspiracy or craziness and stuff like that. You know what? I was just reading about this, heading to a grand solar minimum. I do not have information on that, but I'm going to look that up, Kathy. Katrina's taught us not to depend on the government. Unfortunately, that is true. you should always have a level of independence as a backup. Because if you are dependent, what does it say? My dad used to say something like, if my dad was a bit of a preacher, and he was like, if you put your faith in man, you are going to be disappointed every time. Yep. I've always stayed prepared since I was a child. Very good love notes. But like my dad used to say, you put your faith in man, you're going to be disappointed every time. If you're not hit yet, if you are a person who watched this channel and just try to get information and stuff like that, but you have not taken the steps forward, maybe somebody in your home is trying to tell you shouldn't or whatever else, please take this time to decide that, you know what, this is not going to happen to me. This is not going to happen to me and my family. I am going to start making some kind of preparation. I am hopeful that everybody is at least starting to prepare or is fully prepared, because stuff like this seems to just keep popping up. Walmart has shut down 500 stores. It's like going out of business and stuff. I heard something about that. Oh, Paula's a little late to the party, Paula. Peggy is doing fine. She's a bit under the weather, mostly just tired. She decided to allow me to try to run this thing. And speaking of Peggy, I know Peggy was here. She reminded you guys to hit that like button. Right now we got 293 people in here. I have no idea how many likes we got, but I really, really appreciate those likes and stuff. We have not put out as much content this month. Like I said, the things we're planning, we're just unable to do just yet. But we're gonna get out there. Yeah, I'm gonna check out that video from what's that, Danny from Deep South Homestead. I'm gonna have to go check out that video. Rebecca said we had 151. Oh, come on, people. Come on, people. What is somebody? Please make sure your car is also prepped. Food, water, blanket, gassed up. Your bug out bag should be in there too. You should have your bug out bag in your car. Whichever vehicle you will bug out in, or whichever vehicle you take most often, should have a bug out bag in there. So we gotta make sure we stay on top of that. I use the socket and light switch insulation covers Home Depot, Walmart sale, and they look like white insulation. Okay. Bugs, thank you. We had 183 likes. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, y'all saw my gray hair? Yeah. Ice Age Farmer is the best for the grand soul minimum. So yes, I keep on hearing about it. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna try to talk about it because I don't have enough information about it. But that's something that I need to look into. Well, Apollonia said, I don't have bug out bags. Am I even a prepper? Now, Peggy and I have told everybody all the time, we are not bug out type people. We are bug in people. But we have emergency bags in our car for reasons like evacuations or stuff like that. We're not going to let stuff like civil disturbance or run us out of our home and stuff like that. But some things like, I don't know, weather situations, like we're moving to Savannah. So if a hurricane come and we get enough warning about it, Peggy's not going to be stuck in the house when a hurricane tries to come wash through our area. So you have to have something planned for that kind of stuff. I guess Paula asked her, where do you hit the like button? I don't know. I don't know where it is. I don't know whether you're watching it on a phone or a laptop or a computer desktop or anything like that. But well, Apollonia, it is time to get on Apollonia. How you gonna call yourself a prepper? Well, no, I get you. Peggy and I just recently updated our survival bags, so it's never too late. So now you can get started on it. What did Led Farmer 73? He did a bug out session for your cars and your house, and also the Urban Prepper, he just did one for the car. He had a couple odd items in there, but it was a very interesting video. It gave me a lot of information and stuff like that. Like he had this little, like a little porta-john kind of thing, a urinal that converts your urine into dry gel. So you'll be able to, if you're stuck in a car overnight, you got a place to go, because we all have those physical needs like that. Oh. Click the exit. Oh, everybody's trying to help her get to the like button and the thumbs up button. I really appreciate that. They're giving all kind of information. Yep. Always prep. Like Tommy says, you need to have one just in case the weather catches you off your guard. Place some food from your pantry in there also with a can opener. If you need a can opener, like I said, in our bug out bag, we have like the tuna envelopes, and we have the pasta sides, and we have the sterno and the folding stove and stuff like that. Don't take up much space, but we'll be able to eat something. We can eat the tuna straight out of the bag. So, yeah. Bradford's a human kidderly. That's exactly what that is. Green Thumb Sister said they're bugging people too. Our goal is to stay home if possible. That is Peggy and I's goal. Yeah, the home is your castle. Your home is your fortress. It's probably a lot. Even the Canadian Purpose was just saying in his recent video that most likely the best play for you, the best thing to do for you is to stay home. But when the home becomes untenable, you might need to have a bug out bag. Somebody said my husband is salt and pepper here. Yeah, I'm salt and pepper right now, but yeah, but all this right here, yeah. Well, yeah. So that's what I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about this evening. I know this was like an unannounced kind of like thing. I gave you like about an hour or so of notice and stuff. Yeah, Thomas said she don't eat tuna a lot. Hey, I don't eat tuna a lot. Maybe get some beef jerky or something in there if you eat beef jerky, or maybe there's other kind of canned meats or canned high energy foods like high in carbs that might be able to keep your body heat up. We joke about the emergency cookies, but I'm telling you right now, if we had that in the car and we ran out of food, that would be a fantastic situation. Don't forget your emergency binder, scan copies of like licenses, birth certificates, that kind of thing, identification and stuff like that, important numbers. You have to have your important information, not just digitally, but analog. I was talking about not being reliant on cyber, but the very important thing is to have stuff written down. In my little, with my 10, my EDC 10, I have like important numbers and insurance information on the inside of the lid. Yeah. Crackers and peanut butter in case you need something quick. You know what? I need to get the little like aluminum packets of peanut butter, squeeze tubes of peanut butter. We used to have those in our MREs. Hated MREs, but we usually have to need the peanut butter packets, and we can squeeze it on our crackers, and that will get you through a night of guard duty. Oh, what kind of bag we have in the car? Like I said, Peggy has a hiking survival bag, and I have a large tactical bag. And we both have those bags in our car. You can go back and check what's in Peggy's survival bag video from last week, and you can see what we have in our car. Mm-hmm. Salmon and chicken in packets like the tuna. There you go. All kinds of stuff come in little zip pouches and stuff like that. They flat, don't take up much space, and extremely important. Yeah. Flora Sweeney just said, okay. What kind of bag in your car? We just answered that one. QVC was selling light bulbs that can act as a flashlight. I saw that. I didn't think they had that many lumens in it, but it might be useful. They said they told us the polar vortex created a storm. Mm-hmm. But yes, right, like I said, right now, you don't know. We can't tell you what to prepare for because we don't know. People's locations are different, stuff like that. Some people live in hurricane zones, earthquake zones, tornado zones, fire zones. There's so many other things besides pandemic type or EMP or nuclear disaster. There's so many other reasons why. Quick one, back in the car, I'm afraid of a smash and grab. What do people do to hide it away? Now, that's a good point. Now, Peggy and I have a garage. We park inside the garage and stuff like that. We keep the bag in our trunk, but like I said, if you get hit from behind or something like that, that's a great question. If somebody has some advice for it, maybe that's something I'm going to look at too. But a smash and grab, I guess you would not want to keep it in your car if you're not able to secure your car, or if you live in an area where those kind of things have been known to happen very often. But Peggy and I are more. We have a pretty well secured area right now. We feel pretty secure where we are. You have to prepare for a grid down situation. That's what's going on right now. The power grid is down in Texas, and your most likely natural disaster, and you should be good. Yes, your most likely natural disaster. Car organized on the back of a headrest and hide stuff in there. That's a possibility. Emergency escape tool. Like that's something that the urban prepper brought up in his video. He had a little hammer thing that you could pop it and breaks the windshield, and it also cuts the seatbelt free in case you get in a rollover situation. So those things are really, really good. Okay, Tiffany got a good point. For you, if you don't feel secure about keeping your bag in the car, keep it next to the door. Don't let anybody go in that bag and grab something out of it. Keep the bag at the door. Make sure everybody knows what the bag is for. And when you're heading out the house towards the car, you grab the bag. Thank you very much for that piece of information, Tiffany. In Oklahoma, they're having rolling power outages. They was having rolling power outages in California last year because of the fires and stuff like that. And now we get power outages all over Texas and Oklahoma. That's a very good point. My prep is bringing me calm. Just left Lead Farmer, who gave information on preparing in your car. I'm going to go check that video out from Lead Farmer 73. I was planning on shooting a prepping in the car video after I saw the urban preppers, because I'm going to use some of his ideas and add some of my own ideas and stuff. But the urban prepper, he was good. He was talking about getting stuff in case you find a lost dog too. That's just a good guy. Trunk of your car, leave a bug out bag. Yeah, that's like I said, that's what Peggy and I, but some people might try to break into your car and stuff. So you might want to be able to keep by the door or whatever else, depending on what your security situation is. My bags are rolling luggage or airplane carry-ons, ready to go at any moment. I watched a video a while back, like in your EDC 10 and in your bag, you got to make sure that you're aware of what's in there too, because if you take a knife and you try to go fly somewhere, you don't want to take that with you, because all of a sudden you have to donate that knife to the TSA before you're allowed to get on the plane, if you don't get in any kind of trouble for trying to sneak on a blade and stuff like that. So make sure you're aware of what's in your bag, especially if you try to fly or anything. I thank you and your lovely wife for the advice y'all share. I'm in Houston during this winter storm. I was without power for 35 hours, but very thankful we stocked up on food and water. Well, thank you very much, Ronnie. Hopefully y'all was able to stay warm enough. I'm glad the power was back on for you. There were just a lot of people who was not as fortunate, but thank you for that. And you're very welcome. I'm glad you was able to take care of you and your family if they're with you. Yep, not planning to fly with those. Oh, hey Don, love your live chats. Well, thank you very much, Maggie Huntley Berry. I'm just gonna call you MHB. Hey Kim, how you doing? Kim says she's glad to finally catch us live. An evaluation bag and bug out bag, evacuation bag are the same. Here in Texas, I always have my bug out bag ready. The flashlight from 4 Pictures website carries it. Cuts seatbelt. There you go, flashlight, seatbelt cutter. Yeah, I'm not planning to fly during the crisis. Plus, I have a fear of heights. Come on, Tommy. Gotta get out there. You gotta live. I'll tell you, once this whole lockdown and situation is over, Peggy and I are getting out. Peggy and I love traveling. We will fly. We will cruise. She don't like trains, but I'm getting on a train. Any tips for bug out bags for a large family? Okay. The stronger person, often the oldest boy or the husband, is going to get the biggest bag, or that's going to be the carry the heaviest items. But everybody should have at least several items in their bag, like the seatbelt cutter, an emergency blanket, maybe a little bit of food in their bag, maybe a couple of hand warmers, an additional layer of clothing, that kind of thing, in a small bag. So if you can get small bags for everybody else, like I said, the big bag is for the stronger person, but whatever they can carry, everybody should be playing their part and making sure the family stays taken care of. Everybody saying you can pretty much fly anywhere now. It's cheaper. Just go. Somebody was just saying it's time to fly. It might be time to fly. Don, now the time to talk about emergency supplies for your car. Okay. Like I said, so emergency supplies for your car. You do not want your first time getting into an accident be the first time you got to try to change your first time changing a tire If you got a new car, especially, my car has a jack that fits into a slot on the underside of the car. I was fortunate that I had a cell signal where I could figure out where that jack point was. That's something that I learned. And I was just jacking it up without looking, and the jack fell and slipped and the car fell down. I could have been severely hurt. Make sure you know how to use your jack. Make sure your spare tire is checked. Those are the first thing. Keep your car at least halfway full of gas, because when we tried to get out of Savannah for that hurricane a few years back, everybody was trying to get gas before they got on the road. And plus, it took people like 3 or 4 hours just to get out of the town. The traffic was horrible. It was only one-way traffic, and that was the way out, and traffic was bad. They should have opened up both roads to go in one direction away, but they didn't do that. All cars have that jack point. No, mine is a slot. There's a square that it has to go in. Now, I've had a Nissan Altima that did not have that jack point. It just had a button for you to, a red hard rubber disc for the lift up on. You got to make sure your jack is set up on that same kind of thing. You just got to know where it is. Yeah, well, Apple, make sure your car has a spare tire. We found out my husband's car didn't have a spare. Didn't even have a spare. Not all cars come with a spare tire. We just assume we do when we get a car, but not all cars. And take a few minutes. If you rent a car, take a few minutes to make sure you know where that stuff is too for that. Yep, that was somebody just said. A lot of cars are coming without spare tires. That's a bad idea. Don't forget the get home bag, get out bag for pets also. Please take care of your pets. When you decide to get a dog, cat, bird, fish, you decide that you was going to take care of them. Please take care of your pets. Even the toddler world, Apple, on just a few things he can carry and he won't feel left out. Yep. It might be a little empty little school backpack. Not empty, but have a little blanket and a hand warmer in there. And Miss Benitez says that keep the gas tank full and well maintained at all times. But well maintained is the most important thing, but at least halfway full. But she keeps hers full all the time. I'm still seeing my cars come without spare tires. Maybe I've just been lucky. Yeah. But yes, that's what I want to talk about, guys. Other things for the car. The glove box. That's, like I said, I'm stealing from the Urban Prepper again. The glove box is a great storage area. Don't just stuff a bunch of car manuals you're never going to use in there. Stuff that you might need is a good place to put that stuff. So, like I said, some work gloves, you got to work in your vehicle on the side of the road. It's a good place to put it. The flashlight, that kind of thing. If your glove box is full of junk, it's acting like a junk drawer in your car, you need to go take another look at that and put some stuff in there that you can use. I recommend checking out the Urban Preppers video to see what kind of things you got in there and try to add to it and adjust it the way that fits your family and their needs. Tuna fish pouches, you don't want them to go bad now. I don't really know whether heat affects tuna fish pouches like that or not. Yep. A simple towing service. Now, like I said, that's a great thing to have a good towing service. But when we was escaping from Savannah a few years back, that would have did us no good. It would have took that tow truck hours to get to us. All it could do was tow us away from our home and stuff like that. But at least we might have got to a hotel. Everybody know Pegi and Don has it all. We do not have it all. We are still, I promise you, we have updated our bags. We have updated our equipment. We have added to and taken away from our preps, and we're still doing that. But I did just check my generator a few days ago. Make sure that was still good. Brianna says, I'm guilty of having a car junk drawer. Bad Brianna. Come on, guys, clean out your car junk drawer and put some prep stuff in there. Yeah. Emergency store can't help when you're stuck on the highway in a snowstorm, run out of gas. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, AAA has been known to be able to get to you in a snowstorm and stuff like that. But like I said, faith in man, I'm not going to do it. Petite said, we can't come over there. Hey, share what you got. If it doesn't take away from your preps, if you can just let somebody sleep on your floor and stuff like that because you got a little bit of heat, maybe. I have phone chargers in both of our cars. Phone charge, we are really dependent on phones and stuff like that. It's good because right now phones are used for flashlights. It's used for information. It's used to be able to communicate and stuff like that. Have a backup. Have a backup. Don't tell everybody about that, Lula. AAA going home to get their own bug out bag. Exactly. That's exactly right. Saudi says, "Oh my God, I'm watching guys prep for a long time. I can't think of anything missed." Hey, like I said, maybe we haven't missed a lot, but we can improve on what we have. You can always improve on what you have. Like I said, we was trying our first bug out bag. What do we had? We had cans of tuna and we had ramen noodles. And then somebody said, "Hey, get pouches, take up less space, and easier to open. You won't need a can opener. Also, the ramen is less nutritious than the north sides and stuff. And the north sides come in little flat pouches. So we learned a lot because we shared what we had. And somebody said, y'all might want to look into changing this. And I'm glad we did. I'm looking for a home heating power source and can't afford a generator. What do you suggest? Well, like I said, you got to make preps to prepare. You got to have inexpensive emergency blankets. Get everybody into a room. Even a candle. Get a larger candle with like this, the 5-wick candles they sell from Bed Bath and Beyond. You could put one of those near the center of a 10 by 10 foot room and warm that room up over 60 degrees in a couple hours, especially with the body heat. Now, 60 degrees is not a lot. Most people sleep with 72 to 75 degrees in their house, but 60 degrees when it's 0 degrees outside is a lifesaver. And get everybody together and seal off the room as best you can to try to keep that heat in. Peggy boy, you know exactly. You know us. Sardia, see, you know it. Peggy even prep for the grandkids. Yes. Kirkland has pretty awesome candle deals. Kim said the flashlight that cuts seatbelts also breaks glass, solar powered, has USB to charge phones, used as lantern, and more. Oh, let me go ahead and click on that, what you were saying. There we go. You know, I love my little, we call that my solar powered crank radio. Also recharges the phone, uses a flashlight, being able to communicate, hear what's going on around you and stuff like that. I love my little crank radio, and one for the car. That sounds a great idea, especially with a seatbelt cutter and stuff in there and a window breaker. What's going on, the Apex Prepper? How you doing this evening? Like I said, Peggy's a little bit under the weather. She's a little bit tired, but she wanted me to say hi to everybody. And thank everybody for the support and stuff like that. We had a lot of stuff planned for this week, but the snow has kept us in. But the most important thing is that everybody out there is taking care of themselves, doing what they can to help out their fellow man, their neighbors, without risking what you've done for your own family. I want to try to make that point. If there's something you can do to help somebody out without risking your own family's preparedness, I would hope that some people would do that so everybody can get through this. Maybe everybody can learn the best way to survive these situations in the future. Joanna Gaines had that window breaker, but it does not break the glass in your home. So hopefully it will be for the car. Exactly. It's for the glass in the car. Good storm windows, it's not going to break that kind of thing. Ooh, be careful about the cheapest kind of thing, Tiffany McMillan. You want to have enough. Make sure you know how much watts if you do get a heater, make sure you know how much watts you use. Heaters, ovens, stoves, iron use the most power. 1,500 watts probably. So if you get a 1,500 watt generator, you're not enough. That heater is going to surge to over 2,000 watts. So I would suggest either a 3.5 or 4K generator, and try to start deciding now what you're going to put on it for load. You got a load plan. In the military, we had to do a load plan for our generator. We had 5K and 10K generators, and we had to do a load plan, write down how much power everything used and what's going to be on and for how long and when. Keep in mind, if you got an emergency freezer or a freezer in your basement or in your pantry, you don't need to run that during a power outage. You keep that door closed for the most part. Turn it, maybe hook it up for about an hour once every 48 hours. And that freezer will keep your food good for like 5 days or more. So stuff like that. We got so many ideas. I can't cover all the ideas on here. Like I said, we've done so many videos about this stuff. And that's exactly right. The choices for generators are overwhelming. Everybody, I did a generator. Please go back and look at the generator video that I shot about 3 months ago. Really would appreciate that. Amazon sells 9-day candles. Man, a candle that you won't have to get up in the middle of the night to light another one at all. That sounds great, especially if it has more than one wick. 2 or 3 of those would be great in a room. It'll serve as light and it will serve as heat. So I'm gonna be looking for the Amazon 9-day candles right after I get off this live. And when I shoot a video next, I'm gonna put a link in the description. I was gonna click on that. Car include toilet paper, card games, glow sticks for children, treats, water, warm blankets. All that stuff is in our bug out bag. Check out our bug out bag video. But that is a very, very good point. Instead of toilet paper, we got wet wipes, but the same kind of situation, the same kind of deal. They already expensive, yeah. When you have empty space in your deep freezer, fill empty milk jug take up space. That's one thing in my freezer video from a few months back. I put a bottle of 7-Up. I filled it about 3/4 way with water and just placed that in the bottom of the freezer. And because it's going to turn into a block of ice basically, and that's going to keep everything cold from the bottom up. Doing that, having some of that inside the bottom of your freezer and keeping the door closed, you'll be able to keep your food in your freezer for long periods of time. There's also a thing about if you're going away and you'll make sure you don't have a power out. There's a little quarter trick for the ice. Make sure you set the quarter on top of a piece of ice, and if you come back and the quarter to the bottom of the ice, that means the ice had melted and refrozen. You might want to consider getting rid of the food that was in there. Please keep emergency money somewhere. Yep. Money is a whole different kind of prep because right now, like I said, the validity of currency right now often comes into question for a lot of preppers. Hey, Angela, how you doing this evening? Peggy is fine. Thanks for asking. She's just feeling a little bit under the weather. She's a little bit tired. Yeah. Yarn Pepper said those 9-day candles are for like prayer candles, but hey, preppers use them too. We fill our tub full of water for cleaning and flushing. Okay, well, Brenda, you might want to look at getting something called like a water bob. There's a 65-gallon version. I think there's another 100-gallon or 100+ gallon version. And it's basically when you hear about a winter storm coming, you fill the bob up with water, and you have that for like sanitation purposes and stuff like that, cooking purposes and stuff. So yes, a water bob. It's also, we did a video called Our Favorite Prep Things that has the water bob in there. Keep in mind that if your bathtub is on the 2nd floor, you might not want the 110-gallon version because that full of water weighs over almost 800 pounds, and that might exceed the weight capacity of your generator and floorboard area. All in the video. Yes, Don, do some research on the grand solar minimum. Alaska Prepper also has talked about this. It's a real thing. Well, like I said, I will be doing it. How you doing, Terry? Call. No heat. Put a small tent up in your house, cover with blankets, and sleep in it. Also, yes, very, very good ideas. We can't use a water bob, only have one tub. Well, you might want to use the tub as the water bob. You can use other ways of cleaning yourself if that's the only thing you have. Let's see, Don says you can get a 10-pack of 9-day candles for $44. That's like a great investment. That's like a great investment. I promise you there are people right now without power or heat who wish they had a couple of them. Collapsible water jugs that are 5 gallons. That's it, yes. Peggy and I got a bunch of stackable 3.5-gallon water jugs that we have as part of our water supply. Please don't store water on concrete. There's something, a lot of people like to store their water in their garage and they have a concrete floor. Garages hold contaminants and they're able to seep contaminants in through plastic into your water. Every time we talk about something, I'm sitting about some of the lessons that Peggy and I have learned over the past almost a year now, as we've been sharing our prep journey. And there's so many things that you don't even think about until somebody mentions it, and you want to try to make sure you try to bring as much information as possible. We have learned a lot. We try to share as much as we can with you. A lot of people say don't share your preps. We're going to share our preps. At least share what we know. and share and show you what we have and why we have it. Hey, C. Privet, you finally caught us live. Well, congratulations. I wish you can get in more often and stuff, but you know what? We really appreciate you. I'm glad you made it. Yep. All new cars now don't have spare. Yeah, we've already talked about that. Yeah, we all talked about that. But that's basically it, guys. I just want to come on here and talk about that. When I see stuff like this happening, I want to bring the prep community together. We've all learned a little bit, like the emergency blankets or the packing bubbles on the windows, keeping towels on the doors, getting everybody into a room, using a tent to conserve heat, using candles to build up heat in the room and stuff like that. So much, but I am praying for those out there. I'm hoping the power comes back on, and I'm hoping once the power does come back on, that more and more people will start prepping so they won't be dependent on others. I really want to thank you guys for showing up. Like I said, this came out of the blue. I don't know if you hit that like button already or not. Hey, Becky, I'm sorry. We just get ready to cut out. Peggy's fine. Peggy, like I said, Peggy's feeling a little bit under the weather, but she is doing fine. Look, mostly just tired, but she'll be fine. Faye. Man, so it's 8 o'clock the best time for me to go live, 8 o'clock Central, because it seems like a lot of people don't normally catch us, but now they get to catch us. We might have to consider adjusting so we can allow the other prepper guys, allow you to catch theirs, and maybe we can get more people in there. Thanks, I enjoy you both. I appreciate the tips. Is there such a thing as a battery heater? I am not sure. I do not believe so. Heat requires so much power, and the most I've seen from batteries is 9 volts. There are rechargeable large lithium batteries like that made by like Honda and stuff that gives up to 1,000 or even 1,500 watts. But those things cost about $400. But it is a battery operated, basically a generator, power bank that can run a freezer if you needed to and stuff like that. So there are some really strong choices out there, but as for a battery operated heater, I am not aware. I remember looking for it at one point. I haven't looked recently. Peggy, feel better and take care of that cough. I'll make sure I let her know. Give Peggy my love and hugs. Hope she gets better. All right, fam. I really appreciate you guys listening to me this evening. Glad I had a chance to get with you guys. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. And I just want to let you know that I'll be telling, hey, Angela, make sure I click on you. So there you go. You can see your name and your little smile right there. But like I say on the lives, like I say all the time, remember to do something good for yourself, especially prepping, but do something good for yourself and for others as well. We really appreciate you guys. Go back and watch this video a little bit later to get some additional tips that you might have missed, or watch some of the old videos because we really appreciate the support. We'll talk to you guys later, and we're probably going live again Friday, so we'll see you then. Y'all take care, fam.